Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. I'm Louise Colln.
And I'm George Spain.
And we're going to read you some poems written by your friends and neighbors.
Beech Creek Valley Evening by S.R. Lee. At the edge of the yard, small sounds skitter through black air. Cicadas, tree frogs cling to bark, rasp their mating calls on and on. Among these, a small screech droops intermittently, perhaps beyond the barn, so distant we're not sure what. A young owl? As evening cools, air stirs, swirls between trees softly, pushes leaves, tall grasses, where, feeling safe from the hawk or cat, small ones run so lightly through the undergrowth no paw patter reaches my human ear. The owl, or some other nocturnal being, may be sharper. Beware, take care. No moon, scattered clouds allow but dim starshine, not a night to walk across fields. Instead, sit still. Do not go stumbling, for there's no need. So I, worn with day's frets, sit silent, breathe slowly, with little thought. What urgencies are in the dark? What love songs or hunger searches? Hardly register. My swaying mind dreams in fragments of the past. Dark night air, like the brain's unconscious, is filled with glories and horrors. But in this summer darkness, the night brushes me lightly.
Fall Chimes by VerrajaR, author of Joy of Being. Molten red copper of maples and golden splendor of poplars flutter flamboyant flames like whispering wind chimes.
The pleasure of recording. From Clouds for the Table by Susie Sims Irvin. It is an awesome thing watching God undo a summer, shedding density, pruning lushness, folding greens into red, yellows into bronze, drying succulent, crisp, putting away, taking down, clearing, but without the regret, the looking back, the grief with which we move reluctantly from one phase of life to another. Rather, all is accomplished with heightened awareness, brimming expectation. We feel it in the first crackle of leaves underfoot, see it in vibrancy of color, descending one leaf at a time from the top of the dogwood. Find it in tinges of lavender, creeping into divesting woods, sure sign of faith that tomorrow can be lovelier than the loveliest today. God must revel in the joy of change, the pleasure of reordering, in summer's last zinnia blooming next to fall's first chrysanthemum, in crab apples so carefully hung above pokeberries running wild on red stems, in the fat green mock orange that thuds to the ground, rolls downhill, right at the foxtail squirrel that looks around, takes a bite, and skitters back up the same tree.
Wild Wind Beast by India Thurman, who is 12 years old. Wild wind beast, thunder and lightning are coming, leaves are racing rapidly. The storm is so terrifying, no one is laughing happily. I'm in complete awe of the beast, It's a wild horror you can't tame. It's stretching from west to east, leaves are flying into its mane. Horrifying, creaky trees, horrifying, it's horrifying. Horrifying, burning breeze, horrifying, yet satisfying. But here comes a tamer. It's the sun sprouting out. The storm has gone away. Winds no longer shout.
Battle Line by Nancy Fletcher-Blume. Black clouds, rain-filled, surge from the west, collide with cold winds from the north. Black hawk, weather-blown, eyes steeled, talons gripping, guarding cross of St. Paul's.
Tornado by Heather Cadenhead. Fir needles like rattling bones, the air a myth that has been told and retold, fading from emerald to onyx. My skeleton soft like honey. I am a bowl at the edge of the table, waiting to be spilled. The bold silence, untangled from the grip of a dream. My animal complacency restored, fallen water pooling over the asphalt. Fear so absolute it must be forgotten.
Decoration Day by Louise, Colln. Let the children play above my body. Let them hunt Easter eggs and throw snowballs. And let the grown-ups eat pulled pork sandwiches and potato salad on Decoration Day and in the fall when they meet to clean the graveyard. Let the grass grow above me, tall enough to move in the wind, and sometimes on moonlit nights, let lovers come alone to walk and kiss and love and plan their future. Pile wildflowers on my grave and let them stay there, fading, till they decay and drift into the ground to scent my bones.
Nightfall by David M. Harris. In the grass, crickets sing the heat. Behind me, dogs crunch kibble. Above, silent bats prowl, dark ghosts fluttering and swooping over roof and yard, careening through the trees and feasting, blue-collar flyers sweeping the air. They draw me up to the great dog, to the hunter, out of the blood that draws the mosquitoes. Thank you for being with us today.